Wheelchair basketball is one of the most exciting and one of the oldest of all the Paralympic sports, with a level of skill, competitiveness and athleticism that will make your eyes bleed. When spectators watch wheelchair basketball for the very first time, it never fails to have hearts beating, jaws dropped and audiences gasping for more. So why are our best wheelchair basketball players leaving the UK for the European leagues? It's not for the great Italian fashion, it's not for the beautiful Spanish women, and it's not for the blazing hot weather in Turkey. I've come here to the home of wheelchair sport, Stoke Mandeville, to try to find out why. The Milton Keynes Aces used to be the #1 team in the country in the Premier Division, with 5 players who also competed for Great Britain. They have since lost these players to various European leagues and have come down in the ranks to #5 in the 1st and 3rd divisions. John Liddy is the secretary of the Milton Keynes Aces. He has first-hand experience of the effect of losing players to Europe.
The past 3 years, it's affected MK Aces hugely. There's not enough funding over here to keep our players in this country. I understand why they're going abroad. A, they get paid, which is the big thing, but also they've got a better competition abroad in comparison to what we have over here. A lot of money is going into the national organisation, GBWA, from funds like the National Lottery. Perhaps some of that money needs to be fed down to the clubs.
One of the big questions now is, with our top players fleeing for the European leagues, will it affect our chances at international level? Honestly, I don't think it will. In fact, I think you might find at 2012, they come back even stronger. 2 stars of British wheelchair basketball are Claire Strange and Abdi Jama. They have both enjoyed huge success and have competed for Great Britain numerous times. But they have also been tempted away to foreign shores, so what were their reasons?
I've played in Italy for a couple of years and I played in Australia in 2009. It's benefited me massively. I know a lot of the players that went abroad, and I know all of them. And the only reason why they went there is because they want to better themselves. To expand your abilities, you've got to play against the best players in the world.
I actually did 2 seasons, one in Italy and one flying out to Germany every weekend. It was going to be post-Athens, it was the year after a Paralympics, an opportunity to play with some of the best players in the world, and we're going to be on that team.
You haven't actually said, and I was well paid. I find it quite interesting that you went for the experience and for the actual basketball reasons.
You all have to work, and if you can work and it be your full-time job playing basketball, happy days.
It proves this year everybody's coming back. If it was for the money, nobody would come back.
It's a great opportunity as well. The difficulty is that balance of we're taking away from our league in this country. What are we losing, I question as well, in this country.
It's affected the training of younger players because the skill factor isn't being passed down to the younger players in the way it used to.
So having spoken to 2 of our top athletes, it's become clear it's not about the dough, but simply about personal development, with London 2012 the ultimate goal. I've come here to Sheffield for a men's training camp to catch up with head coach Murray Tressida to find out if indeed this theory is working. To be honest, if anyone's going to know, it's going to be him.
There's a perception around the basketball community that these guys are mercenaries. They're making a lot of money and all these issues. Well, I think people in the general community should know that some of our players are probably giving up 60,000 euros to come back and play for 15 months. Now, that's a hell of a sacrifice.
When people look to a club over here, especially to put funds on, they like to see GB players and see the end product. Losing them also helps to lose funds as well.
Each of those countries with the elite league, because of the amount of effort and funding that goes to club basketball, their national teams are awful.
There's all these players that played abroad, improved us massively. We've just won the European Championships, so it must be working. something must be working.
We're worried about one day when the event starts with these guys and our team being best prepared as they possibly can. It will take some time, but I'm a pretty bloody hard-headed person and we'll get it done. There's no doubt we'll get it done.
So it would seem in order for GB to win gold, our domestic leagues have to suffer in the short term. Winning gold will prove the theory has worked, but will this be enough to leave a legacy to sustain our domestic game?